Lisa G is here. She's got a little rundown for us from Howard 100 News. Come on in, Lisa, and say hi to everyone. Lisa, ever since she got her new bra, she's dressing more provocatively. I just want to point that out to my radio audience.
This is a new top?
New top, showing more cleavage, showing...
It's a new me.
Showing your new assets. Good for you. What do you got for us?
All right, the woman whose 40th birthday party Sal almost single-handedly destroyed is speaking out to Howard 100 News.
Right.
At Laura's party, Sal exposed his penis, ruined her birthday poster, and insulted her sister-in-law.
He drew cum on her face.
She says, quote, "It was very unexplainable behavior. Who thinks of this stuff? He's a 40-year-old man in an 8-year-old body. Believe it or not, I was actually curious to see what was in his pouch. I had never seen an uncircumcised penis before, and it was pretty scary."
What was in his pouch?
Nothing, but she just wanted to see it.
A small cock.
Because he claims when he was drunk he was playing What's in My Pouch in the back of a car.
Right, I don't know what he put in this time.
All I know is I was talking to Ralph yesterday, and he said, I called Sal after the show and said, the next time you go to a party, can I go? I really want to see some of these things.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch.
It'd be fun to watch a guy self-destruct, yeah.
I put coins in it.
Oh,
Coins in
really?
your pouch?
Yeah.
Has your wife spoken to... Like, how was your whole vacation? I mean, was it just horrible?
I don't know. It is what it is, man. It's like being in traffic. You know, you just got to deal with it.
Wow. That's nice.
How was... has she said anything to you about your behavior at this party?
Well, I went back to Laura's house last night and to apologize and follow up. She's actually, because she's such a big fan of yours, she was delighted that at least her birthday's being recognized. So I went over there, and she was happy about that. She wasn't pleased with what I did to the party. But your segment came on the radio, and Christine listened to it, and when you said to me, you know what, dude, you don't take your dick out at a party in front of your wife. You can't expect her to actually like you and love you for that. And I think subconsciously my wife just started saying yes to herself. I noticed her doing that.
Right.
And she never expresses that stuff to me. But you almost acted as her therapist yesterday, and I saw a different side of her. So.
I made her realize what she felt about you.
No, you made Sal
you made me realize, yeah.
Made you realize.
She won't. Yeah, she won't address these things to me for some reason.
Why? I guess she gave up.
You know, when she wasn't angry.
But do you notice a pattern that like everything you do is you ends up at like huge apologies, sending people flowers and.
Look at this. This is days after the party. He's still dealing with the repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Day by day.
Day by day.
Day by
Day by day.
No, but do you ever get embarrassed? Like just sort of how you.
Dude, I'm beyond embarrassment. I mean, I've sold my soul to the devil.
What are you talking about?
I can't even. It's beyond embarrassment. I mean,
What do you mean you sold your soul to the devil?
I have no dignity left. You know, I mean, what do I have?
But if you want dignity, why would you like start drawing cum stains on the woman's picture and then whipping your cock out and like leaving it hanging out and pissing into the fucking?
Yeah, doesn't it sound like you gave away your dignity?
Yeah.
Nobody took it from you.
Did he ever have it?
When you say you made a deal with the devil, again, it implies to me that you're so starved for attention that you've decided to just throw away all of your dignity just to get this attention.
I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't like to look at myself that way, but...
what do you mean you made a deal with the devil? What did you mean by that?
I mean...
No, you said something. What do you mean by it?
I don't know. I decided to cross through that threshold of humility and just do whatever I do.
The threshold of humility.
Yeah, I broke through that.
What's the deal with the devil? What is the devil giving you in return? In other words... Yeah. When you make a deal with the devil, it sounds to me like you got
like when Robert Johnson gave his soul to the devil. Supposedly he gained the ability to become an incredible blues player.
What did you become? What did you get?
Captain Sack.
No, what did you want? What would you say? You made a deal with the devil. What is the deal?
It's not really a deal with. I think I improperly put that phrase together. I don't know. It's like the.
No, I think you meant what you said. You made a deal with the devil.
Okay. In my head, it's the wages of doing what you do for entertainment. I mean,
so am I the devil? Like, in other words,
no, you're the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
But it sounds like I'm the devil. In other words, you made a deal with the devil. In order to get on the Howard Stern show, you had to be crazy.
In my head, yes.
Yeah, so I'm the devil.
No, you're not the devil. You're the guy that I
but isn't that devilish? Like you made a deal with me to come on this show, and in order to be on the show, you have to be wild and crazy.
No, I think you are the symbol.
And now you're famous.
I think you're the symbol of the greatest achievement in my life, working for somebody who is the greatest entertainer ever, and being a part of that is really gratifying.
So what's the deal with the devil?
The deal with the devil in my own head is, yes, in my own head, I feel like I had to do these crazy, insane things to please.
But even at a party.
What?
You have to please me, even when you're at a private party.
No, I don't think that's the case. I don't know what I did at a party, Howard. I just think I have some issues.
But no, you whipped out your cock, you drew cum stains on a woman's face.
Put coins in it?
You put coins in your cock, but like you weren't even on the show. I get it if you're on the show. You're trying to be funny. Were you doing it for me at the party?
Hoping you'd hear about it?
No, actually, I didn't even want to discuss it at the on the show yesterday. I told Richard about it, and I knew that.
Yeah, that's my point. So why are you doing it at a party? That has nothing to do with making a deal with the devil.
I know. I don't know, Howard. There's a lot of things that I question myself about. But it is, it is what it is. What can I do? I'm trying the best that I can. I
love when Sal explains himself because it's so great.
It sounds crazy.
I don't know. What's it?
But you were kind of bragging about it on Lotus Nuts when you sent me that picture of your ass when you mooned. Your wife was kissing the birthday boy, and then you just pulled your pants down and showed your asshole. No chick digs that. I mean, your wife. I mean, you're trying to patch your marriage up together. Like Lisa, could you be married to a guy who always is the guy who moons and whips his cock out at parties? I'll be honest.
No.
No.
But his friend Laura loves Sal.
Yeah, but his wife doesn't.
Right.
And like
Laura
Beth said to
love
me,
him if she was married.
I was telling Beth about it. She goes, I don't know if I could be married to a guy. She goes, who just like whips his cock out and is always drawing cum. He's always the guy who does that.
I'm not always the guy that does that, but I did have a lot to drink that night, so.
I never thought I'd say this sentence, but Sal, you're not making any sense.
That's not fair.
Must be all that jet skiing, Artie, all that weight you're losing from those jet skis. It's causing you to...
Keep it up, you bastard.
Clouding up your memory.
Keep pushing that jet ski button, pal.
You keep pushing it. You're looking great.
Oh, thank you. You're not seeing Lisa's 30 Ds.
Sal, I don't want
to... Look at her.
Sal, I don't want to ruin your on-air persona, but I know you're a big Eunice Shriver fan. She died 29 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Was that a Kennedy broad or something?
Yeah, she was...
Wasn't that a Kennedy broad?
She was a Kennedy sister.
A lovely remembrance.
I like to draw cum stains on a corpse.
See, everybody's fucked up. Look at Kennedy, Howard. He was shagging Marilyn Monroe behind everybody's back. Everybody's got their own little things. I'm the only idiot that brings this to the forefront. That's the only difference.
But he was showing his dick at the right time.
To Marilyn Monroe. No one would fault you for doing that.
Yeah, that was actually a normal thing.
He was coming on his secretaries. That was okay.
And Marilyn Monroe.
Well, Sal,
I love my wife dearly, and I question it every day. I say, is she quiet because she's just indifferent to me and I'm providing for the family, or does she see a different side of me and really love me?
Yeah, but you're not providing for the family, though.
Yeah, I am.
What do you love about her?
Everything. I think she's a great mom. She's a great person. She put up with a lot of my bullshit.
And when was the last time you had sex with her? Did you have sex with her the entire week off?
No.
Not at all.
When did the party happen? At the beginning of the vacation?
Yeah, the party happened on the beginning of the vacation, and then at the end of the vacation, on the Saturday night, I said, come on, now it's time for you to have fun. I put it on her. That's when she said, get lost. And that said a lot, because here we are getting along, or at least I thought so, and then all of a sudden, get lost to me sounds like a lot of pent-up anger and frustration.
You think?
Yeah, that's right.
How would you feel? And I know this can never happen, but how would you feel out of all of a sudden Beth turns to you in bed and says,
Sal.
It wasn't all of a
Sal,
sudden.
That's a heavy
Sal,
statement.
you're retarded.
No, I'm not.
You sound retarded. You went to a party with your wife. You whip out your asshole. You whip out your cock. You play Guess What's in My Pouch in front of your wife. You draw cum stains on the birthday girl's picture.
You
do all this
insult a
stuff.
woman.
So then she's so fuming mad that you don't even pick up the signals. The reason you think she's not talking to you because she didn't care about any of that stuff. She's not talking to you because she thinks you're a fucking retard. And then on Saturday night, you ask her for sex, and she says, "Get lost." And you thought you were getting along with her all week.
Get lost is getting off easy in that situation.
I don't know. That's what I need to work on. That's why I'm going to therapy.
Yeah, but the point is you miss every signal.
You know, some you hit, some you miss. What can I tell you?
You don't care.
No, I do. I dearly care. I just don't know what to do.
She's not that important to you, otherwise you wouldn't be carrying on.
She's that important, Howard. I wouldn't be shelling out the cash I'm shelling out for this shrink if I didn't give a shit about her.
Isn't the shrink for you, not for her?
I thought it was more for her, you know, but she wouldn't come, so it ended up being for me.
Right.
Sal, you're like a drunk woman driving the wrong way down the Taconic.
She's the only girl, Howard. I went to marriage counseling with her, and she's the only girl after the first session when we left. She said, I could have bought a pair of jeans with that money.
Yeah, because it's a waste of time being in...
Well, there you go, so...
I mean, she's not going to change you. It's pretty impossible.
What's going to change?
What's going to change? Maybe you'll change in therapy a little bit. Like you'll know enough not to whip out your cock if you want to get laid.
Yeah, but you see, well, my cock, I looked at it a little differently because I'm already on Howard TV.
Yeah, but it's in front of her friends. You're being a buffoon.
Howard doesn't act like Howard at a party.
Yeah, I know to behave.
Milton Berle didn't go to parties in a dress.
You always hear people go, wow, Howard's so nice in real life. Yeah, because you know what? No one's paying me to be an asshole.
He's being a phony in real life.
Right. So I phony it up.
You gotta learn.
I'm like fucking sensitive when I'm off the air. I worry about people. I help the animals, everybody.
You don't return
Then I get on the air and I'm a scumbag.
He hates animals.
Right.
I must be an animal.
I eat animals.
I figured it out. I'm an animal.
Yeah, he's saving birds. He eats birds.
Can't get the furthest thing from an animal lover if I'm an animal, believe me.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, when I'm out with my wife, I'm like sort of, in my own weird way, classy.
You have to be appropriate, Sal.
But Howard, I think the difference between you and Sal is I think Sal is just obsessed.
I think Sal's not bright.
He can't cut himself off. I think he's got some problems.
I don't think it's even that. I don't think he's that bright.
I mean, I'll give you a perfect
Did you hear him
example.
on the wrap-up show yesterday?
No, what did he say?
He was remember he said that thing about the Jews?
Yeah.
And then he was trying, he's trying to figure out how to apologize for it. Not apologize, but just explain
Justify?
himself. Yeah, here, wait, I'll play a little clip. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's on Gary page. I'm going to guess 2, yeah.
The Gary anti-Semitic page, too.
Yeah, here we go.
Hanging out with you Jewish people, I've learned a lot. I've learned that you're very, they're smart about how they handle things. I go, you do your drugs just like the minorities. You do your racist material just like the minorities. You have a lot of hate and a lot of this and a lot of that. I go, but you guys really know how to carry on a nice, smiley, happy face in the public eye. But when you get in your backyard, hey, you might not be drinking Ripple. You know, you drink a little Manischewitz or something else, and you might not be smoking a joint out of a cigar. You're smoking it out of a fancy bong, and you might not be saying N-word jokes, but you're saying Schwarzer jokes. But you're doing it in a dignified way, contained in a situation where it's cool.
You can't get much stupider than that.
Wow.
Well, Howard, you know what? Come out to Jericho and hang out at a few of these parties.
Sal, when you say, no, you're not telling it like it is. You see, the reason you're not successful is because you're not telling it like it is. You're doing a stereotype. You're saying, the reason you all... It's
like
you
they're
people.
so different from you.
You sound so stupid.
When I say the word you all or them people, I'm categorizing their race and religion.
That's
what
we know.
That's what a racist does.
And as it turns out, Jews are lawbreakers.
I'm eliminating confusion.
All Jews smoke weed out of
they smoke out of bongs.
out of
I'm
bongs.
not saying all of them. I'm saying the ones that I know have a tendency
All
to
right,
party.
okay.
Have fun. What's the big
So
deal?
that's what I'm saying. He's not. It's not that he.
No, the thing is that
He's stupid.
Yeah, but he's stupid, but he's also got this obsession with being stupid all the time. But being stupid, being funny.
how am I stupid? Are you observing something and addressing it? I'm not stupid.
You miss it. You're missing the observation.
I'm missing the fact that I shouldn't be saying the things that people know. That's what I think.
You're not saying what other people think.
Well,
You're saying what you think.
Are you saying what Daniel Carver thinks?
No, I'm not Daniel. I'm not a hateful person.
You know, comedians say what other people think. You're thinking things nobody's thinking.
Right. You're a trailblazer.
No one can relate to you.
You're like a Lewis and Clark of comedy.
I'm trying to say, you're in your own world.
A comedian is funny when you can relate to what they're saying.
Right. It's hard
Wait.
to relate to you.
Who was he talking for when he put the panties of that girl on his head or sniffed them?
Come on, stop.
Seriously.
Please
Who were you
Fred,
thinking
what are you
about?
bringing up old stories.
I'm sorry.
You're like a wife, Fred.
Oh,
so
but
never forget.
I have a question. Were you drunk on that day?
No, I wasn't. But who were you thinking of when you were fondling a gay guy at your bachelor party?
I don't know. I was so drunk.
There you go. You
blind
just
drunk.
answered my question.
But you're picking one thing that has nothing to do with the argument.
Fred was in a blackout.
No, the point is that I was drinking too when I did these crazy.
But you weren't drinking.
But you weren't drinking when you did the panties.
You weren't
No,
drinking.
I wasn't drinking
And you
when
weren't
you
drinking when you did the wrap-up show.
Well, no, I wasn't.
Were you?
I thought it made perfect sense on the wrap-up.
And you weren't drinking when you made the comments about where white girls shouldn't drink because then they have sex with black guys and have mud-colored babies.
A very good point. And you know what? If they drink, look what happens. I took out my cock and painted over her face. Some girl woke up with a black kid coming out of her vagina. So
Oh,
what
my
does it tell you?
God.
Don't drink and do these things.
Oh, my.
What?
You know what? You'd be better off. You'd be better off getting. You'd be better off getting drunk and fondling a gay
I'm
guy.
not saying. Well,
Damn right.
Wait a minute. Hold on, guys.
At least I have my dignity.
I'm not saying the fact that the baby was black is wrong. A black baby came out of a vagina. It's a specific detail that happened after the girl got drunk.
But why is it so
was
bad?
Chinese, if she got shagged by a Chinese person, I would say she got drunk and woke up with a Chinese.
Why is it necessary to throw that detail in?
Because
All right,
it's
Sal.
specific.
Here's Sal.
You guys can put a spin on anything. I love you and I appreciate everything you've done. Do what you want. Critique me, criticize it. It's all good.
We don't have
Get back to work. I don't know what else to tell you because no matter what I say.
I think when he goes, I have to get back to work. It's making phony phone calls in the other room with Richard.
Irritating other people.
I could cure cancer for children, and you guys would call me an asshole immediately.
No, I tell you what. You
That's not
cure
gonna happen.
cancer- You
Does
cure
that,
cancer for
Sal?
children. I guarantee you, I will not call you an ass.
You know what? You
Just
cure
let
cancer.
me
For,
try.
I don't know, Howard. I don't know. I don't know where to go with anything. I'm sorry.
Anyway, here's Sal from the wrap-up
Yeah, but we
show.
don't have to spin
I
anything.
just want to know what Sal has done that equates to curing cancer for
I don't
children.
know, but here's Sal on the wrap-up show.
Sal, you seem like a nice father and stuff, but you are the absolute reason why so many women hate men, man. You just
You think so?
Yeah, dude. And you find guys that are just as dumb as you, and you think it's okay, you know?
Well, I don't want to find guys who are as dumb as me. I definitely want to improve myself, but I don't know about women hating men. I think women who hate men who are loud and boisterous and obnoxious all the time.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah, but I'm not that guy.
Yeah, you are that guy. You're exactly that guy.
No, I don't think so. You know, under certain situations, like when I have a lot in me to drink, in that case, yeah, I am that person. But, you know, I'm not like, there are guys like, you know, like those big muscle heads, those douchebags you see at gyms that just always have an attitude.
the only difference
I don't
is
have an
you're not
intimidating demeanor. You know what I mean? There's a big difference.
But that's the only difference.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sal ran out. I don't know where.
Wow, he's confused.
You know,
Actually, I was trying to help the guy.
I know, but he's so confused in his
Right.
own mind. I really don't think he understands anything that you're saying.
you know what it reminds me of? This is a true story. I had a friend whose uncle was a moron, you know, and he used to get drunk at parties, and he actually said this sentence. He said, "All I know is the Jews must have done something pretty bad to get Hitler that mad at them." and everyone was going, "What?" And he didn't know why people thought he was stupid.
You know what? Anytime some guy starts a sentence with "All's I know,"
All I know is, you say that
the
all the
rest is
time.
going to be worthless.
All I know is.
Anyway, Sal ran out of that little microphone. He ran
Why?
away from it, but I was in the middle of trying to tell him I think he could, you know, do all right with his wife if he just kind of behaved around her.
You think that'd be enough, though?
At this point,
To start.
At this point, it's a little rough. Uh-oh, Sal looks like he's about to cry. Sal,
know,
get in
I
here.
know.
Well, he thinks I don't like him. I like you.
We all like you.
Sal,
No, we
crying?
don't.
And I
Are you
appreciate-
crying?
No, I'm not crying at all.
Are you
but
about to cry?
No, I got. You know what? That's why I have to step away a little earlier than I used to, because I can't. It just gets to be too much.
All right, let me talk to
And
you.
I'm taking what you're saying into consideration, and that's why I am doing these things. I am going to therapy.
Sometimes it can get like a gangbang in here. I was just trying to tell you, man to man, without everybody jumping in. Your marriage is a disaster. Your wife's cute. She's hot. I'm trying to tell you what you need to do in order to patch things up with this broad. I mean, she's the mother of your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to a party with her and be the asshole. That's all I'm telling you.
I know, but
I'm being real now.
I know. I think you've been being real since day one, but I don't know.
Tell me what you don't know. 'Cause
I don't know
think
how
it's
to
a long
fucking
list.
get there. I guess I really am that wacko that you've been saying I am. I don't know.
Tell us what you do now.
Yeah, maybe that's a better way to start.
I do know you can lose a lot of weight jet skiing.
I know Jews use bongs. That's what I know.
That's a go-to for you.
I know. I love it. I just love it.
Are you saying that you feel now that you never thought you were nuts?
Right.
Now you're starting to realize you might be.
Considering what happened at the party and considering how much I really do care and love my wife, why would I do these things?
How
to
does it keep going
jeopardize
horribly wrong?
Right.
Howard?
Now, I have a theory why you keep doing these things. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Right.
You're so hungry for love and attention that you'll do anything, even at a party, to stand out. Because you want to be special in the worst way. Even to the point where now you're special. Everyone's talking about you at the party.
The party was your party.
You know what?
You couldn't stand that the focus was on this woman and it was her birthday and her special day. You couldn't stand being just part of the crowd. You so badly want to be seen. You remind me of a guy who sits at the movies and you sit there and you stare at the screen and go, you can't even enjoy the movie because you're like, I'm supposed to be up on that screen.
But I'm not to extreme.
Right.
I'm really
it's supposed
not.
to be
Howard.
you couldn't even let that woman have her birthday.
I love that woman. I adore that woman. I do.
You were jealous of her. Your
no, I
envy
wasn't.
came through.
I really am. I'm not an envious
Sal,
person.
you got to get in touch
I'm
with
not.
this. You're so envious that the
But I'm
attention is
not.
going to another human being.
I really am not. I got drunk off my ass and I
You know
acted
why
like
you-
a jerk.
you know why you hate-
You
wait,
got to look
let
at the
me-
result.
that's not-
He's got to look at the result. He keeps arguing, but he won't look at the result.
You know why you hate women so much? I'm going to tell you why. When a woman walks in the room, she gets all the attention just for being pretty. So you hate pretty women. You want to be the pretty woman. You want to be in a dress and fucking high heels and have everybody look at you.
Yeah.
And it's not happening. So
I'm
you whip
so
your
glad I
cock
came
out.
in here. Right.
That's what I'm telling you. Look at me. I'm trying to help you here.
I don't want to be a pretty woman, dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
No chance of that.
Not literally, but you want to be the person who walks in the room and gets all the attention.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But didn't
Howard?
it happen, Sal? See, that's what I'm saying. You have to look at the result of your actions. Don't look at the the beginning of the action. Look at the end point of the action. Now it's not Laura's party. It was the party Sal ruined.
Right. You took away Laura's party.
We all have that to a certain extent.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
What? You don't know?
Yeah, I get it, but I don't.
Didn't your father pay more attention to other women than he did to you?
Yeah.
So the pretty woman walks in the room. Where's your father's attention go to?
The pretty woman.
Not you. Your wife's emotional friend is on the phone.
I'm not wearing, dude. I don't want to be a part of this.
Is that homo crying like a bitch? How's my favorite daughter? Squirt a few more tears, you homo.
I'm not scoring any tears, you dick-licking piece of shit. Drop dead, you cocksucker.
I mean, that's the way she used to cry when I fucked her.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That's Gary, you know. Do you recognize it?
Is it really?
It's Papa Booey.
Hey, wow, it's the first. It's been 15 years, and Gary finally pranked me. You're pretty good.
When you're done in there, come back. I need you to throw some stuff out for me.
Nice.
Bill, you're on the air in Rome, New York. Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, now, Howard, two things. The first thing is you got to get Sal his own show, man. And not
What for? I don't need my. The 15 minutes I get here, I feel like a pile. I slither out of this place every day. Can you imagine me for an hour and this guy breaking me down?
I can't get enough of you, Sal.
Thanks. Well,
I think you're fantastic.
All right, Sal. There you go. You have your fan.
but it's
I
not
agree with
that.
this
See,
guy.
that's another thing with the therapy thing. It's not. I shouldn't
Howard,
be looking
the
for
other-
that.
Thank you, Bill.
The only acceptance I should be happy about is for myself doing a good job, and my wife and children.
When your father wouldn't pay attention to you, how did you feel?
You know, I closed that out. I just closed it out.
Let's talk about it now. How did you feel when your father ignored you?
It was horrible. It was one of the things that my therapist told. I'm working on right now. My therapist.
So how did it feel sitting at that party watching somebody else, and no one was really noticing you? How did it feel?
You know, I have to be honest with you. When I was at the party, I was there. It was a.
Do you see the similarities psychologically?
My therapist.
No one's paying attention to me. I can't get attention, so I'll act out any way I can. I'll whip my cock out. Like a woman would whip her breasts out and get your father's attention. I'll show my cock, and everyone will now be focused. Who can't stare at a train wreck when he was whipping out his cock and putting shit in his foreskin?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
When you're at the party, I get it when you're here, you put it on, it's showbiz. But now you're at the party with your wife.
Right.
And she's just there as a person. You're there. Maybe
Right.
you couldn't even stand that Christine is so spectacular looking that she's starting to get more attention than you, and now you even took away her attention. Maybe she walked in and guys were looking at her, and you couldn't stand it. You want the guys to look at you, too.
I don't know. See, I got to
Hey,
tell you, when
you
I'm
hear
at
what
this
I'm
party,
saying?
it's not. Yeah, I do, but I'm not brewing at a party. I'm not envious. I'm just there, and
You're not
I'm
in
not.
touch with your
He's not
enemy.
aware of it.
You're
I'm not
aware of it.
Maybe I'm just
Next
bored.
time you go to
but
a
I'm
party,
not.
no, you're not bored. You're bored because no one's looking at you. Listen to me.
Okay.
The next time you go to a party, I want you to feel what's going on inside of you before you act out. And
If I felt that way, I wouldn't be at the party. I won't go to the party.
And I want you
won't
to
get there.
notice that you're very, very getting a lot of anxiety because no one's staring at you. No one's looking. Everyone's paying attention to Christine, and everyone's paying attention to the birthday girl. No one wants me.
Oh.
And then you realize how childish that is. And
Even the drinking is to deal with the anxiety.
That's number
it's a
one. He
baby
should
bottle.
stop the drinking.
It's a baby bottle.
Right.
He took the bottle, and he cuddled with it. They should have put a blanket on him and put his thumb in his mouth.
Before or after the dress?
Dude, I'm not literally saying you
I
want
know
to be
what
a
you mean.
woman.
I
I'm
know.
saying you want the attention a woman gets.
I don't know what I want. I have a beautiful wife. I have
listen to
3
me.
kids. I just
I'm
want my
telling you
wife
what you
to.
want.
But you never grew up.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Stop avoiding my gaze. I'm looking at you, not like your father who looked away from you. Took the train wreck you are.
And called you Tony.
Right. I'm looking at you. I'm telling you.
Right.
You got to start believing in yourself and that you're not a little baby who needs attention from his daddy. You got to be your own man now. You can go to a party and give the attention to other people. And what a relaxation and relief it is to go to a party and let other people have the attention. And you get to sit back and relax a little bit and enjoy yourself. Isn't that tremendous pressure to have to be the buffoon all the time to get the attention?
I guess.
Don't you feel like that was a lot of pressure in that night?
Maybe, yeah.
But look at all the things that happened after. You know, all of this stuff that you have to go through.
Yeah, but it's exciting.
But don't you?
See,
Yeah,
you keep getting drawn back into the excitement.
You want to be Misha Barton?
Right.
Hey, Howard, I have one question for Sal. When you said your father ignored you, did he pay attention to you when you misbehaved?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, beat the shit out of me.
That's what he does.
He really
he goes to
shit
that
out.
de facto shit.
When I prank called my religion teacher, that you really beat the living shit out
So
of
now your wife is turned into your father who has to beat you up psychologically.
And he's used to that kind of love.
Right. And
Or
you
what he
think
says
that's love.
Interesting.
See what I see, my goateed friend?
Yes, I see a little bit of it. Thank you.
Mike, go ahead in Buffalo. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard. Sal, is Sal still in there?
Oh, yes.
No, he's gone.
Yeah. Sal, how have you not gotten the shit beat out of you every time you go to a party?
You know, that's a great question, and I actually ask myself that a lot. It's amazing. I don't know, I think I have an ability to, in some odd way.
Where there's pussies or
No, you know what it is? I might be a little crazy and stuff, but people also, there's another side of me as well. I think I'm a nice guy, and people.
You are. That's the adult Sal.
I get along with people really
That's
well,
the
but then
grown up in Sal.
the only thing that prevented that,
Sal, I'm asking you to look at the Sal who's not so grown up, the baby who gets into the room and feels envious that everyone else is getting attention. And you know what? There's no shame in admitting it lives inside of you.
Yeah, but it's
Sal?
real dicky.
how did the
There
guy
you
that
are,
you called
whining.
his wife a poodle? What?
Okay, that guy happens to be a great guy. We were actually conversing for about a good 45 minutes.
What guy?
I could talk. If I'd have known you my whole life, if you'd have said that to my wife, it'd have been your last day on the planet. If you'd have put my daughter's panties on your head, if I was mutt, it'd have been over with.
Because you know what we do, if you know somebody real well and they do a few kooky things and they got a screw loose.
I don't know. You draw cum on a guy's wife's face. You could get your ass kicked.
That's
bad. I mean, how did
I did get my? I only got my ass kicked one time.
Who kicked your ass?
Some black dude. I was drunk. I was leaving a bar, and he was rapping in the middle of a parking lot. And I was back in my G-Man days. I started rapping to him.
Yeah. You challenged him to a rap-off?
Yeah.
G-Man?
Big mistake.
G-Man challenged a black guy to a rap-off. Go ahead. What happened?
He was trying to get street cred.
Well, this guy was huge. I mean, this guy, as soon as he walked in the room, I remember at the club,
Sal saw too many movies where, like, black people, instead of fighting, worked out stuff through rapping.
Right.
Yeah.
Or dancing.
Right.
I thought it was like West Side Story.
Like Eminem's movie where he gets up on stage and he disses the guy through rap and then everything's cool.
Here's me in my fantasy. I guess this is the fantasy land that you refer to.
Very realistic.
So you saw a black guy rapping in a parking lot where most of us would just keep walking fast.
Right.
You stopped to rap against him.
Before I started drinking, when he walked into the club, I saw him from across the way. I said, "Whoa, that's one guy I'm going to definitely stay away from."
There's a black guy,
right?
You know, and this guy was built like a shit brick house.
Yeah.
And I stayed away from him.
A brick
shit house.
All right, go ahead.
See, that's why you won't beat me up, sir. I just made you laugh.
Go ahead.
So anyway, we get outside.
Not on purpose.
And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm drunk off my ass, and he's sitting on the hood of a car with a couple of the brothers there, and they starts rapping. And I walked past him with my buddy, Chris the cop at the time.
And you knew you were better at rapping than him, I guess. It was time for
because I was G-Man at the time. I had my hip-hop stuff.
Right.
And I was convinced I was going to
prove that a white guy can rap better than a black guy. Go ahead.
No, it wasn't right and black. It was just talent.
All right,
so anyway, I go up to him. The guy goes, I'll never forget. He's like, "Yo, Lester, give me the keys to the car." And he's like, "No, man, you can't drive." And he's like, "I ain't driving, motherfucker. I just want to listen to the radio so I can do some of my hip-hop shit." So I heard that, and I said, "Oh, you want to listen to the radio for some hip-hop?" And I started rapping immediately.
Right. What did you do? Do you remember the rap?
No, I don't remember the rap then.
Please try to remember.
Did the N-word come out at any point?
No,
Let me hear the rap.
I don't remember it,
Do
but
one of your raps.
I'll tell you what happened was...
Please, I'm begging you. Do one of your raps.
I don't know. I can't do it. It's so awful.
Go ahead, do it.
Artie helped me.
No, just do it.
I don't know what to do, pal.
I was like, people, listen, I'm not dissing, pushing at the party, and you're wishing. And then he jumped in with his like.
Ski doesn't help you rap. You don't need Artie's help for that.
and he jumped in and started rapping.
And he's like, yeah. So my friend said, "What the fuck?" Again, Sal, what is Sal doing? And he stepped into my face and he started rapping. Right. So he was rapping.
Right.
So here's where it got crazy. He starts rapping in my face, and then I start rapping even louder in his face, and it's like a rap battle, like something you would see in Beach Street. And I kept going, and all of a sudden I out-battled him in the hip-hop battle here. The rap. I won the rap battle.
Nice.
I swear on my children I won.
Okay, fine.
So he steps back, and all the brothers around him go, "Oh, shit, white boy took you out, motherfucker. You got fucking played." You know, and they said the N-word in, terms of endearment to each other.
What did they say?
"Yo, nigga, that cracker just took you out, nigga. He took you down, motherfucker. This Yeah, it was like, this white boy can fucking rap, man. And the black guy was upset, but not that upset. He just he shook his head, and here's what happened. I had this rhyme where I said, he turns his head, he buries his head in his hands, and I'm standing there, and I feel glorified, like the lights are shining down from heaven, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe this. This is it. I made it.
It's all downhill from here.
Well, then I have to cross the line. So I said to him, all I said was, as he's turning around, I said, yo, your mother's so old, she looks like a prune. And I don't even know what that means exactly, but I had that in one of my rap songs.
Well, prunes are black.
Right. I go, your mother's so old, she looks like a prune. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, lights out.
Right.
He cocked his arm back and boom! He hit me right in the face, and I was leveled out on the ground.
Are you sure? He wins. Are you sure you didn't say coon?
No, I didn't say coon, but it could have rhymed with prune. Maybe the next line he might have said he would have stabbed me. But I was down on the ground, and I get up and I spit it looked like tomato sauce coming out of my mouth. I mean, down my shirt and everything. And he just looks at me. He goes, "Don't you talk about my mother. She raised me for 9 months." And he and I'll never forget it. And he walked away.
It's one of the best stories I've ever heard.
And then all those guys are there, and they're looking at me. And I just, with my buddies, walked away. And I got in the car, and that was it. And my tooth was dead. The nerve in my tooth was dead. It turned black and all that other horse shit.
Right.
But,
all right. Well,
there's the irony. You turned black.
My tooth did. Yeah.
All right, Sal. Listen, I was just trying to help you with what went down with your wife. I'm hoping that you'll have sex at some point with her because she's a beautiful young woman and she has needs. Lord knows I don't want to turn into anyone else for those needs.
Howard, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you ever worry that he's going to do something that will do irreparable damage to the show?
Yes.
Do you?
No, I don't really worry about it, no.
Because, I mean, the stuff that comes out of his mouth is just unfucking believable.
Yeah. I know. I don't know.
You know, the two of them.
And Sal, you are stupid, by the way. There's no way anybody can make the comments you do and have any intelligence at all.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, that's, you see, to me.
But I was just going to say, Richard and Sal, we sort of keep them contained in here. You know, that's where they can't get into trouble.
I think that's a good defense now. You should just say you're stupid. I can't help it.
It works. It works.
Yeah. And you tell your wife you're stupid. I mean, just say, listen, honey, I'm not a bright guy.
You married an imbecile.
That might not get him laid either.
I know. Yeah, women never want to fuck a dumb guy.
Oh, wait. There was a movie where Mel Gibson played a retarded guy, and he got fucked.
Well, he's Mel Gibson. He looked like Mel Gibson at that
Joe,
time.
You're on the air in Raleigh. What's on your mind?
In a year and a half, this guy's going to be homeless.
Sal,
that's true.
What are your plans? Let's say I leave the radio, because I worry about everyone here.
Right.
Would you have any kind of game plan?
Bartending.
Seriously?
No, I don't know. I don't know what am I going to do? I don't know.
Somebody's going to hear this show, and they're going to say, they're going to laugh at the prospect of him coming to work for them.
Yeah. Sal and Richard have such a great job, if you ask me. They come to work every day. They have their own studio with it's called the Sal and Richard Room. It even has.
We call it the Room of Doom. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have their own equipment in there. And I ask them to go in there and just do whatever you guys want to do, and come out with some cool stuff. And it is kind of a cool job. And
it's the greatest job in the world.
Yeah. So I'm thinking. I don't know. I worry about you, but maybe see. This is why I feel I have to stay in the business.
No, you don't have to stay in the business for me. I've always gotten by. I mean, whether it was Wall Street, whatever I did, I was successful at. Pizza, yeah, I can make pizza again. Maybe me and Scott the Pace will open up a pizzeria or something.
You can't worry about everybody, Howard.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta let.
I worry about him though.
Well, I mean, you're gonna start. I mean, if you think about it, you're gonna start worrying about everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, you don't have to worry about me. I'm okay. I'll get by. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm worried about everyone but Sal.
Thank you, Sal.
I don't know.
I wish you the best. I don't know that we're going to be able to tackle this all in one session.
I don't think we will.
All right. Thank you.
Sal, buddy. What? Are you going to heed their advice this time?
Yeah, please.
No, but do you see what they're starting to say about, your addiction to attention, or maybe...
Look at the business we're in. Isn't it like an attention addictive business that we're in? God, great prank.
But you know what they're saying, that you have to show some restraint when you're in regular society. Even Howard says he turns it off, every now and again.
Yeah.
When he's at a party or it's a situation where you have to behave more appropriately.
Yeah, I don't know, I just have to shut off that little portion of my life, I have to eliminate it. Have you ever been in a situation where you got, shit drunk and, acted ridiculous?
Absolutely. Yeah. But are you starting to see it's kind of like it's become a cycle with you? You even mentioned it in there. You took 4 steps forward with your wife, but then took 10 steps back when you drew semen on somebody.
Yeah, that's the one thing I have to learn to. It's the one thing I have to learn to eliminate. I have to stop. I have to stop doing things like that. You can't go to parties and draw semen on people's faces and whip your penis out. You're just not going to get along with somebody who's normal and wants to raise a family.
But in your mind, do you really think there is anything wrong with that? Because you always seem to think that you know, your comedy. It's meant as a joke, as a prank. It's not serious.
Yeah, right, it is. That's in my mind. But afterwards, when the smoke clears, how can you justify what I did as a joke? It's beyond, it's beyond a joke, right?
So you're kind of disgusted with yourself right now.
A little bit, yeah.
Now, you also referred to your G-Man days.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe you could rap something to your wife or get it going and
no,
maybe get her back in the sack?
There's a beautiful lady to my right. If I rap right now, I'd be even douchier in her eyes if that's possible. I cannot rap right now.
All right, G-Man.
I'm sorry.
Well, best of luck, G-Man.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
I know it's late in the show, and I know it's more visual, but you need to see this. So, Sal drew a load on that woman's face, the picture. So the guy sent us a picture. Sal's really more evil than I thought. You have to see this.
Let me see the load.
Well, it's all over. It's on the top. It's on the bottom.
Oh, he's so angry.
And then, if you see, Howard, look, on the bottom, it says, every man's load, in case you didn't know what it was. And then it's all over her forehead. Wow. And what does that say on top of her forehead?
Guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because his load. Look how angry he is. He's like, man. Look how angry.
Where was that picture? Was that
it was on a big poster board.
And it was on display?
Yeah,
oh my God.
You can see where everybody signed it, like, we love you, happy 40th birthday.
Then he doesn't know why his wife is
You know what?
mad.
That looks like the kind of picture you'd find in the guy's apartment who went and shot up all those women in the health club.
Yeah, and it's got the middle finger out, pointing at the drips from the load.
In there for at least 5 more years, at least, or at least want it to be.
Question from Deborah C. Deborah asks, what is your favorite and your least favorite impression to perform?
I love any rock impressions. I like them more. My least favorite is, the 𝗦𝗵cie one's old to me.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost hacky.
Oh, hey, where's my assistant? Where's my... Hey, give me a cup of coffee. How long I gotta fucking wait here? I mean, come on.
Like, I don't want to do them anymore.
Got it.
Tracy Morgan, I'm getting tired of.
Love what you bros. People busy, man. I got children. And I'm alive, man. I can work with Alec Baldwin's.
But even the impressions, like, I only do the people I really like. I don't sit there and study people. I only imitate everything I'm really into and I like.
Got it.
I don't know.
Question from Patrick S. Patrick asks, has Tracy Morgan gotten in touch with you since you put it out there that he was kind of an ass to you?
He wasn't an ass to me. He just blew my show off 3 or 4 times in a row.
Right.
And knowing him for as long as I did, I would have expected either a personal, hey, sorry I couldn't make it, but to like book himself on the show, me go, all right, this is 20 minutes to fill, this is 40 minutes to fill, and then just not show up. It was fine. First time. Second time was weird. Like, why go to the point of saying, I'm coming on? If you don't want to come on, just don't come on.
Right.
Or deny it. No, I don't want to. So that was the only, but I also know Tracy. That's sort of who he is and what he does. Who knows? He might be in a position where they go, hey, really, why don't you do this? And he'll go, all right, yes, I'll do it. And then when it comes to that moment, he's like, man, I don't want to do this. And then he doesn't do it. So I get that side too, but no, he hasn't reached out.
So have you talked to him since you talked about this experience? You haven't run into him? Or
No.
Okay, think it'll be weird?
But if I did, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Me and him would never have weirdness. And that's the thing, like, I don't have any weirdness towards him. But I did want him to know, like, hey, you could have just said, sorry, man.
Yeah.
I flaked. I get it. I flake too. We all flake. Don't book yourself and then just not show up multiple times. That's the only weird.
That's weird. Matt H. asks, are you happy with the way that family life has changed your act on stage?
No. Am I happy?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been better my entire life or better career. I've never been better. Ever. This is the most confident I've been, the hardest I crush, the best material I've ever had, and it's just formulating into all these different avenues. This is the best ever. Thank God I have that family to push out there.
And does it ever cross the line with your family? Or are they ever?
No.
They're cool with whatever you say?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good. Question from Joseph M. Will there ever be a half-baked 2, please, with 100 E's?
That had to be a Dave Chappelle. That's his baby. And if there was, I honestly think the only reason to do it would have to be because it makes sense to do it, not just because the fans want it or whatever. And I think as clever as Chappelle is, the best way to do that is when we're older, because then it's ridiculous. Because to this day, there's never been a movie where the older guys are the half-baked guys. So to me, it's when we're all growing up and we have to come out of whatever environment. Like to me, my character, I always thought it'd be hilarious. I grew up, I became a stockbroker or insurance or very successful white-collar guy, and now I'm coming back out of this world for whatever reason. That would be funny.
That would be very
But just
funny.
to do half-baked for the sense of half-baked, that would ruin what half-baked is now.
So maybe someday.
Maybe.
Question from Dave C. Dave asks, tell us something about yourself that people would be surprised to know about you that you have not disclosed to Howard.
Maybe I'm deeper in faith than he realizes. Maybe.
You're a religious guy?
Not religious.
Okay.
I don't. Religious is you go to a Catholic church, blah, blah. A deep spirituality that keeps away. That there's I believe in a different layer of spirituality than what most people probably think of.
Does your work ever feel like it's in conflict with that to you?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while. Once in a while, I turn my back to it and I go, all right, I'll just do this.
Have you ever turned anything down because of your spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of jobs, plenty of sponsorships, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Question from John K. John asks, are there any impressions you've wanted to do but you just can't seem to nail it?
No.
Nothing. You put your mind to it, you got it.
Yeah, I put my and there's not if I really wanted to do the guy, I'm gonna get him. If I really want to do them, I'm gonna get it, because that's how it works for me. If there's something about, I would love to be able to do Stern.
Do you have you tried before?
Not even close. I never tried it.
This is a great opportunity on Fine Time to
I only
work
do it
through.
when it's nailed.
Gotcha. There's none in progress. You can show us a sneak peek of it this time.
I've never even tried it, so I couldn't even go there.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. I want to thank Jim for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can even send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time, Tim?
I had a fine time, and there's really no better fans in the world.
That's so true.
They come out in huge numbers to see me. Thanks to Howard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything.
You got to be funny in here.
I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
I'm Matthew Berry. I'm ESPN's senior fantasy analyst. I'm also the author of a new book called Fantasy Life, and I'm here on the show to promote that, to talk about all the crazy stories from the world of fantasy football, including the Stern Show Fantasy League with Gary and John Hine, JD, Scott the Engineer, Will Murray, Jason Kaplan, Steve Brandano, the whole gang is in this fantasy league. So I'm going to talk about that and just all the craziness that happens in that league. So I'm super psyched. I've been a Howard Stern fan for over 20 years. Somewhere in my closet is a VHS copy of Butt Bongo Fiesta. I go that far back.
Wow.
So I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge Stern fan. And so this is like a real bucket list moment. This is like a dream come true to be on the Howard Stern Show.
Now, given your superfan status, you know Howard's not much of an athlete nor a sports fan.
Right.
So you have a difficult challenge of making this relatable for him.
See, I don't think I do, because that's the genius of Howard. It doesn't matter what person walks in that studio. He finds something interesting out of the person. He finds something relatable. So I'm not really worried about that because he's such a master interviewer. But I will say that one of the focuses of the stories and the book is that it's all about people. I wrote it specifically so that if you don't play fantasy football, you still enjoy it.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I'm super excited about it. Hope it goes well. And, listen, I don't think there's anything bad. It's all downhill from here after being on the show with the king of all media.
All right, we'll see you in the studio, Matt.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
I can't wait to talk about fantasy football with these guys. I hear horrible stories around our office. This is a guy who's considered the expert on fantasy football, Matthew Berry. And Gary explained to me he's the expert on fantasy football because he's on ESPN or something?
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So you play fantasy football with these guys on my show?
I do indeed.
I
think it is an honor, by the way, to sit here in front of you.
Yeah, and you also are considered the why? Okay, explain to me first of all, for anybody in the audience who isn't a man like me,
right?
What is fantasy football?
Fantasy football is a game, okay? So you choose real-life athletes.
Right.
And how well those players do statistically in their real-life NFL games or what have you is how well they do for your team. So if you drafted Tom Brady, right? And Tom Brady throws 3 touchdown passes on Sunday.
You get credit.
You get your team has now 3 touchdowns.
I see.
So if you drafted Tom Brady and I drafted Peyton Manning, for example, right?
Right.
So and Peyton Manning throws 2 touchdowns on Sunday, and we're playing each other.
Yeah, but
you're beating me 3 touchdowns to 2.
But I don't understand how it works. In other words, if Tom Brady though throws the pass and somebody runs for a touchdown, what about if you have the guy what if I have the guy who runs for the touchdown?
You get points for that as well.
Oh, you do?
And if you have both of them, what's that called?
Right. Yeah, it's a double dagger.
The double dagger.
The double dagger.
You get double points. Having the guy that throws and the guy that receives.
So what is the skill here that I have to put together a team of all the great players? Now, what if one of my players gets injured?
That sucks.
Right,
so
that's it.
Well, no, it's not that it. You go to what's called the waiver wire and you replace the player.
Oh, you can replace someone who's been injured.
You don't draft every player in the NFL. You draft kind of what's basically the stars. So you draft quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends.
Why are you an expert on this? I mean, why are you considered an expert on fantasy football? Do you win in our league all the time?
I actually have never won the league. I've only been in the league 2 years.
Right.
I finished last to John Hine in the very first year. The first year I played,
so why
I
are
lost
you
in
an
the
expert?
finals. Well, I think I'm an expert because I'm on ESPN. I've been playing for almost 30 years. and I've been doing this. I've been doing it professionally since 1999. I actually don't even like the term expert.
Does it require any skill? This game?
Yeah, of course it does.
And you win money. How much money can you? Well, how much money?
Thank you, Robin. Hello, Queen.
Yeah. How much money can you win in our league?
Our league is $100 a guy, and we're thinking about upping that. It's 10 guys, so you win like $600 because you divvy up for second and third.
I see.
But in our league, and what Matthew will explain to you, it's really not about the money.
Right.
It's about bragging rights.
Yeah, you want to win. Like JD won one year. You would have thought that, he banged a supermodel.
And JD
Look at how it changed his life.
Yeah, look how great he's doing. And how much time does the average guy who plays fantasy football put in a week? How much time a week does he need to put in order to be good at this?
He only needs to be good at it. You got to put in a lot. Like we did a study at ESPN, and the average sports fan watches about 6 hours of ESPN a week in terms of whether it's downloading an app or the magazine or ESPN Radio or ESPN.com, one of our many platforms, right? The average fantasy player engages 18 hours a week.
Wow.
3 times as much, almost one full day a week. So yeah, the people who play fantasy are really into it.
It's big business, right?
Huge business.
What's the economics of this thing? I don't get it. Who's making money off of it?
Well, ESPN makes money off of it.
Is fantasy football so popular that it affects the actual NFL?
Yes, I believe so.
How so?
I mean, well, in terms of revenue, they've found studies that the NFL started promoting it in 2003 really hard because they found a study similar to that, which was that the average football fan watched about 3 hours of football a week. The average fantasy football player watch 6 hours.
Because they're vested in seeing how their team
does. It gives you a rooting interest in, whatever. Gary's a fan of the Jets, right? We all know this. Gary's a big fan of the Jets. So he might not
Gary, you don't take good Jets players on your fantasy team.
No, because they suck.
Because they suck, right.
But what the point is if I have the quarterback from Seattle and I have a running back from San Diego,
then you got to watch
and
the
San
games.
Diego is playing Seattle, a game I would never watch, I am now very interested in.
Right.
Yeah. It gives you a rooting interest in stuff that you wouldn't care about. And in fact, if you don't play sports at all, it gives you a reason to watch.
You had a major Hollywood career going. You were a writer.
Yes.
And you'd written some pretty notable things. And you gave up your entire writing career to become a fantasy football guy? That had to be pretty risky.
I think so, but I was miserable, Howard.
You were miserable as a writer?
I was miserable as a writer. So I was 35 years old. I've been playing fantasy sports since I was 14 years old.
Right.
I'm 43, right? So almost 30 years.
There are other fantasy sports?
Robin, there are things, if you can keep score
if
at
there
it.
are bronies, there's got to be fantasy sports for everything.
Exactly. If you can find a way to keep score at it, there is a way to play a fantasy version of it. There's fantasy sumo wrestling, which is huge in Japan.
Do you play that?
I've never played fantasy sumo wrestling.
Right.
But, I do, with a bunch of my Hollywood friends, I do a fantasy summer movie league. We pick movies in the summer, and which movies make the most money is how well our fantasy.
So interesting how America is consumed with how things do as opposed to the actual art.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's really fascinating.
You could do there's Fantasy Bachelor, Howard. You would love that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Fantasy Bachelor.
Fantasy Bachelor, Fantasy American Idol.
You're shitting me.
Right.
I think Desiree is going to marry. You're kidding me. I could
totally.
I could bet on the Bachelor.
We could do Fantasy America's Got Talent. Absolutely.
Wow.
You'd pick the guys and say you'd pick contestants and see how far they go and when they get eliminated, and you get points for how far they go in
I'd
the
be good at that. I was 4 for 4 last week.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
see.
Yeah. I know
You're
what's
already
happening.
playing.
I'm already playing.
In fact, I would even say, Howard, you actually play fantasy sports. You don't realize it. Remember a couple of weeks ago when the National Enquirer had the celebrity death pool thing, and you guys were.
By the way, I am going to win that one. Who do I have, Fred? Tell everyone.
I don't know.
You don't know who I have? Gary, go ahead.
Is it Randy Travis?
That's right.
And I've got the Queen.
I bet you Randy Travis dies before
Who
the Queen.
do I have?
Robin, you had somebody.
I don't even remember.
Well, I had OJ.
Right. So
does Robin have Regis? Do you have Regis?
I don't know.
See, and that's fantasy sports. You guys are all competing. You pick something, right? So
at least
now,
I didn't go into a war room for that.
Right, well, true. But you've now got a rooting interest in Randy Travis's health, which you never would have cared about before.
I'm calling the hospital daily.
Robin does have Regis.
Oh, she has Regis?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody for me to call.
But, so that's fantasy sports. It's the exact
fantastic.
same thing.
Yes, but maybe I do like this.
I'm telling you, you would love it because it would get you into sports.
So are you making a living now just strictly off fantasy sports?
I make a nice living, yeah.
You make a good living?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you make a good living? ESPN doesn't pay jack shit, do they?
Yeah, they do. I mean,
what do you make over there?
I don't make Howard Stern money, but I do well. I do well.
Are you a millionaire?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Look at this.
You weren't a millionaire when you left writing.
He might have been.
I was close. I was close. But
didn't you write Crocodile Dundee 2?
3.
3.
Yeah, not even the good one. Not even I wrote the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, but the story. Tell that story.
All right. So I was a screenwriter in Hollywood for the longest time.
Right.
And I was just doing fantasy sports stuff on the side.
Right.
So anyway, and I was working with my writing partner, a guy named Eric Abrams, who, by the way, huge Stern fan. He's the guy that turned me on to you like over 20 years ago.
Thank you, Eric.
So, anyway, so we get call. Hey, our agent calls up and says, "Hey, you guys know who Paul Hogan is? Of course. You ever seen Crocodile Dundee? Of course." He's like, "Well, he's a client here at the agency. He wants to do a third installment of the franchise. I'm the agent in charge of putting writers in a room to pitch them ideas. You guys want me to throw you on the list?"
Right.
And we're like, "Yeah, let's meet Paul Hogan. That'll be a funny story."
Yeah, that'd be
like,
cool, yeah.
Whatever. We're not. He's like, "But we've never written a movie before, And he's just like, "You won't get the job. It doesn't matter. But it'll be good practice because we wanted to get into movies." So we go in, we watch the first two, and there's only 2 rules apparently: that it has to take present day, has to take place present day, which means 16 years after the second movie. Of course, because everyone's all clamoring for another Croc movie, and then and his real life wife has to be in it.
Right.
Linda. Right. So she's got to be in it. So whatever. So we don't spend a very much time because we're not getting this job. So we just go in and we're just like, look, you did New York in the first 2 movies. Why don't you do L.A. in this movie? You've been living with this woman for the whole time. You're not married, but you've got a kid. Because we'd figured at that time Something About Mary was the big movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And there was no way that this could be an R-rated comedy that could compete with that. So we're like, the only chance you have is a family to do this for families. So anyway, so we go there and we pitch and we say, so look, come to L.A. and it's Beverly Hills Croc.
Right.
You're going to walk around L.A. and wacky stuff happens. You get a job at a movie studio because you can talk to animals, whatever stupid thing that is, right?
Yeah.
There's some bad guys there you saved today. Not tough. It's Croc 3. We'll make it funny.
Yeah.
Whatever, that's what we say. And he's just like, you guys are the only ones who get me. You're hired. We're like, really? We're hired on this thing?
Wow.
What? Right?
So you go off and write the script.
Right. So the deal is, we actually don't want to write them. We're like, are we really going to write Croc 3? And they're like, guess how much they want to pay you.
How much?
We ended up, but because the movie got made and we got credit and residuals, we ended up making close to $1 million on that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to say $850, $900, something like that.
Robin,
yeah.
why don't we write Crocodile Dundee 4?
4?
Yeah, listen to my pitch, okay? We can write this simple. Tornado hits Australia. Crocodile Dundee gets swept up in it. Him and a whole bunch of alligators. Alligators start falling all over people and eating them.
Alligator-nado.
Yeah, the only guy, Crocnado. The only guy who can save the day is Crocodile Dundee. What do you think? Bye, Cracky, you get me.
Right, see?
Right.
Sold.
Right.
Done.
Wow, I didn't know it was that easy.
Well, we're like, well, listen, this is my advice to the kids out there. If you're going to sell out big, right? So
you bet.
We heard that amount, and we were just like, all right, we're in.
Okay.
So the deal was, he was just like, well, he wants to write it with you guys. He wants that. And we're like, oh, boy. So, we can't imagine spending 3 months in front of a computer screen with Paul, right? And we're like, he doesn't want to do that.
Right.
So we basically say, look, let us write the first draft.
Right.
And we'll give it to you, and then you'll do it, right?
Yeah.
So, and he's like, great. So we write the first draft, and off of his notes, and whatever we do, we pitch everything to him. How about this or this and whatever. So we go off and we write the first draft. and we give it to him. And the whole plan is that the three of us are going to have writing credit, written by the three of us.
Right.
Okay. So then he goes and rewrites it, and he rewrites it like this. So pretend we had a scene where we said, like, interior radio studio. Matthew Berry is being interviewed by the king of all media, Howard Stern, about fantasy football. And so then, Howard, hey, Matthew, nice to meet you. Okay. He would rewrite that interior TV studio. Piers Morgan is interviewing Bob Smith about soccer.
Yeah, right.
You know, hi, Bob. Let's have dinner on Sunday. Like, so there's not one word that's the same, but it's the exact same scene,
Script,
the point of the scene.
Right. Instead of nighttime, it might be daytime.
Right. It's all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Instead of interior restaurant, it's interior bar. Like, it's like that's what he did. He rewrote the entire script like that.
Right.
It's like a college kid copying his term paper. Right.
Right.
And then what he did was, and we didn't care about that, but then he turned it in and took our names off. He said he wanted sole writing credit.
Wow.
And we're like, and because of the contract and everything like that, we needed to have writing credit on the movie,
Absolutely,
like because of residuals and everything like that. I mean, the whole reason we wrote it was for money.
Right.
So now the line's drawn in the sand. So it's us versus him. And I mean, it's like, here's Paul Hogan. Every scene of the movie written based on characters he created, executive produced by him, starring him. He's in every frame of the movie, but he still needs solo writing credit. So
strange,
right? So it goes to the Writers Guild, which is a process that anytime there's a dispute over the credits, it goes through the process. They vote for us. They read our draft, his draft, and the final shooting script, and they say Matthew and Eric get writing credit. So okay, fine. He appeals it. After the appeal, still same thing. He appeals the appeal. All right. So now he's had 9. It's a 3-person each time, 3-person panel. So he's now lost 9-0. Right.
Right.
3 different times he's lost. You'd think he'd drop it, but no. He goes on all the media, including the show. I was so horrible. I was listening to KLSX in L.A., right? I'm listening to you, and the first time you've ever heard of my existence, he's on here promoting the movie, and he's trashing us. He's just like, I'm going to sue the Writers Guild.
Clip. Where is that? I want to hear that.
I think it's, they told you, I think it might be on Gary Page 2, guys.
Let me see. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
I was horrified.
I don't even remember him doing this show.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
I kind of remember him doing the show. It was so long ago. You wrote this one yourself?
No, I'm not credited with writing it, but I did. Yeah.
You did. You wrote it.
Yeah.
You gave
Why are you
somebody
not
else the
credited?
credit?
I wrote the screenplay. The WGA wouldn't let me have a credit because I'm the producer.
Really?
Yeah.
So who's credited as a writer?
That
doesn't make sense. It's true. It doesn't make sense.
Well, the reason is the reason that rule is that if you are a producer on the movie, so that you can't just force your name on the movie, you have to prove that you have written it. So there's a standard. I believe it's 50%. 50% of the screenplay has to be new.
Well, let me just,
if you're a producer.
There's 12 seconds left on this clip. Let me just see if there's anything else interesting.
The 2 guys that wrote the plot with me.
I see.
Yeah, but it's not their fault. It's the WGA.
Never heard of that before.
They're about to go on strike, and I'm a dirty foreigner and a producer.
Do you own this film as well?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And you were sitting and listening to that going, oh, shit.
Right. I mean, first off, we're not like super proud of having written Croc 3, you know, but now we're in this very public thing.
Did the movie do well at all? I mean,
it made money.
It made money.
It made money. It didn't do as well as the first 2 movies, but it definitely made money. And we made.
I love Crocodile Dundee. I do. I love that whole thing. Yeah.
So of course, they get treated like shit. They're not allowed to walk the red carpet, and they're supposed to have.
Oh, you went to the premiere and they treated you like shit.
Oh, totally. Because so not only we're supposed we had the last 2 seats in the theater, like in the very corner, like all the cast and crew is there. Our names are only in the one place Paramount was contractually obligated to put it there. Yeah, I mean, and normally you go to a premiere, all the stars get tables. Like we didn't even get chairs. We got one of those stand-up tables way in the corner.
You wouldn't give up your writing credit. What's wrong with you?
Apparently not.
Yeah. So, but I mean, so you had a pretty good good career going as a writer before you got into this fantasy football stuff. Did you work on Married with Children too?
I did.
Gary told me that.
Yes,
what did you do for them?
That was before the movies. I was a story editor. I worked on the last episode, last year of the show.
Yeah.
So I co-wrote the 250th episode on the answer to a trivia question.
Look at you. So this guy was doing really well, and you just gave it all up for. Do you ever have any temptation to go back to writing?
Not at all.
Yeah.
You know, I was 35 years old, and I was totally miserable. I'd been in therapy, you know, and I was.
People would think that's really cool though, to be a writer and to work on all those shows.
Well, I know, and that was what was screwing me up. Was like I'd had this success, like I had this job that everyone.
What was your big
dreams of.
story on Married with Children? That Ed O'Neill was cheap.
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he buy everybody for a gift?
So yeah, basically, well, he was totally cheap. Like, so you remember, like at that time, this is 1995, and everything, you know, economy's doing real well, right?
Right, yeah.
So we'd heard like on other shows, like Seinfeld had bought like his entire staff for Christmas, like, you know, the camera guys and the crew guys, like he'd bought them all like really nice Schwinn bikes, like $250 bikes, and
nice.
and Drew Carey had like bought like VCRs for everyone, like you know. So here we are, we're in the 12th year of the show, and the guys that created Married with Children, Moy and Levitt, were really generous. So guys that had been on the show from year one had been there for 12 years.
Right.
So here, the entire cast gets together and they give, as a Christmas gift, in year 12, a beach towel, a Married with Children beach towel, like, and not even like a nice big thick beach towel, but like
you don't appreciate that,
right? Like some like sort of super thin.
Here's a nice beach towel,
right?
Wow.
Like a $12 beach towel, and it wasn't even like like on Seinfeld. Like I think like Jerry gave a gift, and then like the other three like
but like when you go to the beach, you're really dry, right? Because you have a towel.
Yeah, it's absorbent. It's a Married with Children beach towel. Like, and then there was another one where. I wasn't here for this, but it was passed down by a number of people. So, like, after, like, the season 8 or something like that, Ed, who played Al Bundy, Ed says to the entire casting, to all the camera guys, hey, guys, good season, nice work, let's go to lunch.
Right.
You know, like on the last day. So they go out to lunch and whatever. So all the grips and key grips and everything are out there. And so the waitress brings the check to Ed. And he picks it up and he's just like, all right, who had the tuna fish?
No.
I swear to God. He made them all go Dutch. No. It's like a $200 check. He invited them.
That's great. Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder you wanted to go into fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so explain something to me. You get out of fantasy football, you get a job. And how do you get a job with ESPN being a fantasy football expert?
Well, basically, how the version is that in 1999 there was a website that was advertising for writers, right?
Yeah.
And I basically wrote and I said, like, look, hey, I'm a professional writer living out here in Hollywood, but fantasy sports is my life. I love it.
Wow.
Can I try out? Can I do something on the side for free? They wrote me back and they said, we looked you up on IMDb. Married with Children is our favorite show of all time.
Right.
You're hired.
Wow.
So that was in 1999. I worked on that site for about 4.5 years.
Man.
I developed a big enough following that I decided to start my own website called TalentedMrRoto.com, which was my dumb little
Talented Mr. Roto?
Yes.
What is that?
I know.
TalentedMrRoto.com.
Right. Well, so fantasy baseball used to be called Rotisserie League Baseball. That's what it used to be called. So Roto for short. And
what do you do on the website? You make recommendations and picks and stuff. So you're kind of like a handicapper for football.
Yeah. I give advice, but
how can you give advice if you don't win regularly in fantasy football?
I do win regularly. I do win. But
Gary, is he considered a great? Now,
first of all, he's in our league. How many leagues are you in?
I'm like in 10 leagues.
Yeah. Who put you in our league? How long ago did you join our league?
Can I tell you how we got in our league?
Yeah.
We
decided when we started the league we were going to put one celebrity in the league.
Okay.
So our original celebrity was Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah. Now all the guys hated Jerry in the league.
We love Jerry.
You do.
We hate him in the league.
Yeah. Why do you hate him in the league?
There were two things that were going on. The first is, in the draft, which he would do via phone, he would only draft New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys.
Why does that annoy you?
Because it's not taking it seriously.
I see.
It's not taking it seriously.
That's not how you win.
But the other thing is, after Monday Night Football's over, 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning is when the wire opens. And so everybody puts their trades in. You can't, there's an order to go. and you can't. One trade can't be made till another one is made. There's a hierarchy.
You all rely on
And Jerry we couldn't find him for like 2 days.
So he didn't.
So we threw him out of the league.
You threw him out. Who threw him out?
Jason had to call him.
Right.
Jason, come here. So you need it. Why did you want a celebrity to make it more fun?
We just thought it'd be fun to have one.
Right. Jason, what happened? Why did you get selected to call Jerry O'Connell and throw him out of our fantasy football league?
Because I'm the asshole, and that's my role.
And
how
Will
did that
didn't want
go?
to do it, right?
Oh, Will totally didn't want to do it.
How does that go? I mean, what do? You
know what? It wasn't horrible. I don't remember exactly because you just haven't seen that into it, and you haven't been available.
And did he put up a fuss or
no?
He understood.
Like I said, I think he kind of.
Right.
He kind of
so
understood.
He wasn't that upset.
But to go back to how annoying he is, because I explained this to you the other day, and you seem
Who's
to get
annoying?
it.
Jerry.
Jerry. It's like when you're playing blackjack and someone doesn't play by the rules.
Right.
It's like,
I hate that.
Yeah. And so by him doing shitty drafts, it screws up everybody's,
Right. So he's out.
Future picks. So he's out and Berry's in.
But how do you decide that Matthew Berry's going to be in?
I have a pretty good personal relationship with Matthew, and I knew he's a fan of the show, and I knew he wanted in, so he was my first, I'm like, hey, let's put
Why
Matthew
does Will hate Matthew? I hear all this stuff.
Will's got a whole thing in his head that Matthew is a bully, and that
which is insane.
He hates that Matthew calls himself a fantasy expert, and who the fuck is he to be a fantasy expert? And he just gets under Will's skin so easily.
Will, why are you disturbed by Matthew? He seems to take the league seriously. I mean, this is what you're looking for. Why does he get under your skin?
First of all, is this thing on?
See, this is what's great about this. It's all male camaraderie, right?
It is.
And wives never understand this shit, like why everybody's all worked up.
Although wives are now getting more into it. I like in the book. There's like a ton of stories of husbands and wives playing together.
Oh, you wrote a book? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
I didn't even know why the fuck you walked in.
What's the book called?
What's the book? Let's plug that.
Thanks, guys. It's right here.
What is that?
It's called Fantasy Life.
Matthew Berry. It's all about your life with fantasy football.
It's a bunch of
Do you talk about these guys because you're in a league with them?
I am in a league in this. I talk about these guys. I talk about you. I talk about the influence you had on my career.
Influence on fantasy football?
Yes.
How did I influence you rather briefly?
Well, just because what I loved about you, there's so many things, but I love the fact that you basically said, like, I don't care how everyone else does morning DJ. Like, people forget that you were a morning DJ, like traffic and news, and you basically said, I'm going to do it my way.
That's right.
Right, and so you didn't follow the rules, and you obviously became who you are. And so I love the fact that you would talk for 17 minutes about what you had for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I basically, in my columns, I made it about myself. I basically ripped you off. I influenced you. Totally, completely influenced. And I've talked about it throughout my career in the book.
And you're successful. Look at that.
No, it absolutely works.
All right, well, good. Thank you for saying that. Now, what's your problem? This guy seems like a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
First of all, Jason has a big fat hard-on for Barry. Like, it's ridiculous.
Why,
he licks his ass.
Oh, really?
No, I like Matt Berry. I don't know what to tell you. I like him as a person, or I like him as a fantasy guy.
Right. Jason's like one of those women that knew nothing about fantasy sports, and then he started following Barry, and that's his messiah. He listens to everything that Barry says now.
Right.
Have you ever won the league?
I have won the league.
Oh, look at you.
Now ask Will how many times he's won the league.
Has he?
How many times have you won?
There's a lot of luck involved in fantasy. Okay.
Have you
there
won?
is.
But, Will, the way you're talking sounds like you want Jerry O'Connell back in the league.
No, Barry's all right. He's just a pain in the ass.
Right. So he irks
Why is he a pain in the ass?
Because he comes in, he's new to the league, and he immediately wants to make league changes. And
what kind of changes?
There was something
lots of rules bothered him because they affected him personally.
Right. What were the rules?
I don't know what happened last year, but there was a rule discussion, right?
There's waiver issues.
And I know that Will was pulling his hair out of his head.
Right.
And it's the reason why Will has been our commissioner. He has stepped down as commissioner.
I don't want to do it anymore because I have a job to do.
Right. So he's the commissioner.
What is your problem with the league?
Well, there's no problem with the league. The rule was very confusing.
It wasn't that confusing until it affected you personally.
I didn't understand.
What is the rule?
Howard, I've been playing for 30 years. I do this professionally, right? So I'm like, I play in a ton of different leagues. And so I say, like, look, I don't totally understand this. And I say, does anyone else understand this? And Jason's like, I don't understand it.
His little lapdog didn't understand either.
Right. So then JD texts me, and JD's like, yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't want to get into this publicly. And then John Hine,
John
emails
Hyde,
the
that's
league.
full of shit. John Hyde did not say anything.
John Hyde emails the league and says, well, here's how I understand the league. So he explains the rule. And then he says, is that right, Will? So even John Hine doesn't understand the rule.
Is anybody doing actual work around
exactly.
here? That's what I'm getting nervous
that was
about.
the problem.
A lot of time.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work going on into this fantasy.
Too much work. That's why I went out. I said I got to
Who's the
concentrate on the show.
commissioner
That boy over there.
No, I'm temporary. I am just taking the lead for a couple months.
And was this ruling changed based on what Matt Berry had to say?
Well, we had already started the league. This was the whole thing. Once the season starts, you can't just change the rules in the middle of it.
I just asked for
that's why all this trouble was. And Matt, I come home. I know Will's getting into arguments with him on the phone. Then I come home and Matt is texting me.
Who is the biggest nut case in this league? Is it JD?
David Height.
David Height?
It's David Height.
Oh, really?
Okay, first of all, he shows up with a binder that looks like he's doing his thesis at Columbia University.
Yeah, it was organized.
Very organized, but like several binders and everything like that. And I'm going to preface this. I get along great with David. I like David a lot, except when we play fantasy football.
Right.
Then he annoys the living shit out of me.
Why? Because he has a binder?
Well, no, because one of the great things about playing fantasy is everybody breaks everybody's balls.
Right.
But it's very good-natured. You know, so like I might get up and I might make a pick and Will take a crack at me, but there's a joke in there.
Right.
Whereas David, he would question you, Gary, why are you doing that? That's really bad.
Why would he question you? I mean,
because that's what what people do. Like, there's always the expert in the league. That's the guy who knows better than everybody else.
Right. And why is it so important to JD to win? What is
he did win once. He did win once. He beat me actually the first year I played.
Doesn't he put an unusual amount of hours into this thing?
First of all, he plays every fantasy sport. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did fantasy sumo wrestling. Like what Matt, he plays it, not just the football. And yes,
How does he have time for that?
I don't know, but Howard, here's what's amazing.
What else is he doing?
Even more,
but working for me 24 hours a day. Why do you? What fantasy beside football are you involved in? Honestly.
Well, I'm in about four fantasy baseball leagues.
Are you a fan of Matt Berry's or are you not? You like him? He doesn't irritate you? He's a good guy. Is David Height irritating to you too?
Well, you know, when you see someone with a big binder, it's a little annoying.
Is David Height in danger of becoming another Jerry O'Connell and getting thrown out? No, he takes it seriously.
Well, okay, so let me tell you something. So Jimmy Kimmel's got a league, right? We had heard through the grapevine that Cousin Sal came up with this great idea. The winner of the league on any given year could throw anybody out the next year.
Oh, wow.
I thought this was a great idea. And in fact, there's a story. Tell the story about it.
There's a story that's in the book about 1 year, John Hamm of Mad Men, he's in the league as well, right? And so taping's running long, and they're blowing up his phone. Where are you? Where are you? He's like, I'm coming. Like, let's go. He gets through traffic. I'm like, dude, where are you? So he gets there. He's out of breath. His hair's all messed up. He's clearly made unbelievable efforts to get there, and they're like, you're voted out of the league.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that Cousin Sal, he can really be mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Sal's great.
What goes on in fantasy football? There's some fantasy football leagues that are so crazy that the guy who wins can force one of the other guys to get a shitty tattoo?
Yeah, that's what the book is. The book is like lots of the great stories. So there's a league in Omaha, Nebraska. If you go to YouTube and you look for Tattoo League, you'll see it, right? Yeah, the loser of the league has to get a tattoo chosen by the winner.
So literally, if I win, I could say to a guy, I want you to tattoo your head with a cock on it and cock and balls?
Yeah, their rule is that it can't be on the face and it can't be like racist or offensive, but like embarrassing. So the guy that lost last year has a tattoo of Justin Bieber's face.
And it says fantasy loser.
It's fantasy loser.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Hashtag YOLO swag. Like, he's a 25-year-old dude. He's going to be 50 and he's got Justin Bieber's face on his leg, it's about that big.
I mean, that is fantastic.
Right.
So we talked about...
that would be a great league, like a guy has to put his wife up. In other words, the winner the winner gets to pick whatever wife he wants to bang.
So I brought the punishment idea. A couple years ago, and I said, that's a funny idea. So I had the votes, right? And then I think Will wavered a little bit. A couple of guys thought it was too cruel, but JD is very against the punishment. He's finished last 3 years in a row.
He's last place 3 years in a row. Howard, it's actually harder to finish last 3 years in a row than it is to win the league.
JD, why are you so bad at it?
I don't. You know what?
And you put the most time in.
I draft stupidly. I pick people that I think are going to come back, and they don't do shit.
Yeah.
I put in. I vote players. I pick players too high. I'm just a mess.
So, the draft day is the best day for fantasy footballs. When you get together, you put your team together, the whole season's ahead of you.
Wow.
Usually you leave feeling pretty good.
Right.
He is miserable after a draft. I mean, just
Why are you
miserable.
I don't understand.
Because the first two picks are pretty basic. It's like, all right, but then it's just I don't know. I just fuck off.
So why you're not getting any enjoyment out of this? Why are you torturing yourself?
Because I want to do well. I want to succeed in something in life.
He does one of those things, by the way. He's a huge Bengals fan. He's from Cincinnati.
Right.
And he tends to draft a lot of Bengals who don't perform because he likes to watch their team.
No, hold on. I don't draft Bengals that don't perform unless they're lower.
Howard, you know what he does?
What does he do wrong?
I'll tell you. He overthinks it. I think it's the same thing with women. I think he just overthinks it too much, and he just gets in his own way.
Wow. Is that the trick to fantasy football? Don't overthink it?
Yeah. And in some ways, you just kind of let it come to you. Yeah,
is there one secret you could give everyone on how to win fantasy football?
Patience. Be patient. People tend to panic and they'll bail on a player early on, after 1 week and they don't do it. Generally speaking, players will do what they're supposed to do. You have to have patience.
Go with your gut, and your initial feeling was this guy's going to do well. The first game of the season, don't panic.
Right. Yeah. That's a
Does
basic.
JD panic? Is that his problem?
He does. He does. He overthinks everything. He'll
come into the draft with a rule. For example, there's no way I'm drafting Dustin Keller this year. That'll be his rule.
Right.
And then he'll break it 10 minutes into the draft.
I stupidly drafted D'Angelo Williams a year after he shit the bed, and he shit the bed again.
Right.
I'm a fucking mess.
You know why Jerry O'Connell probably didn't take it seriously? He married Rebecca Romaine.
Right.
I mean,
he's married to a supermodel.
Yeah, right. He doesn't have time to sit there and be doing a draft.
That could be true, or I think we were the 12th week he was in, so the opposite of that might also be true.
He has too much.
Yeah, he got all bitter. I think.
Yes, Chad. Chad, you're on the air in Asheville.
This is a ridiculous conversation.
Why is that?
Well, hey, this guy is supposedly an expert on fantasy football. He wrote a whole fucking book about fantasy football.
Yes.
His advice is don't overthink it. Any thought about fantasy football is overthinking it. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think the book is more about people's experiences with fantasy football. It's anecdotes, this kind of thing, isn't that?
The only thing more boring than fantasy football is listening to a bunch of fat losers who can't play any sport talk about their fantasy football.
Isn't it true that 91% of the people who play fantasy football are white males?
Not that much, but yeah, it's pretty male. It's pretty
male
but
and pretty white, right?
Fairly white.
Is that because black people are busy playing football and white guys are busy watching?
Yeah, white guys can't play, so they're just having fantasy.
We haven't really done that study. We got to figure that out. Dial down on that.
Very few black fantasy football leagues. Is that true?
Yeah. No, that's not true.
But no.
Can I just talk about one more controversy that's going on in the league this year? Because we might as well have it out right now.
Go ahead.
So we're a 10-person league. That's a pretty good size. That's your regular size.
Okay.
So there's been talk about expanding to a 12-person league.
Right.
Mostly because JD has enlisted a porn star that he's madly in love with to play, but she doesn't really know how to play. But he told me yesterday she's been studying.
She's studying.
But it's not, I don't want to bring someone in.
You're going to bring a girl in just because you're trying to fuck her?
I'd rather, no. Well, not, I don't think I'd fuck her, but...
chances are these other guys will fuck
listen,
her.
I'd rather look at her than David Height on draft day, all right?
So, you know what?
Sorry.
Yeah, but you want people to take it seriously.
Right. I know.
You know what?
That too.
bring her in to put the stickers on the board. Then, if you want to look at her on draft day, we can get models to come in and do it.
It was just an idea, guys.
He wants an excuse.
It's not just an idea because he's already spoken to her and he's got her working on studying to be in the league.
No, she was doing that before. It's like, Gary, just leave me alone, will you?
But I'm almost. You know what's going to have Jerry O'Connell end up fucking her, and he's not even in the league.
Listen, we'll stay 10 teams. I don't care. It's fine. I'll finally lose again.
All right, exactly.
There will not be a punishment.
You realize you might lose to a porn star then, right? Do you understand? Can you imagine that someone doesn't know what she's doing at all, and JD still finishes last?
It'll be just my fucking luck.
JD, you got a bad attitude.
And that's what his downfall is. He's having a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Are we not, Robin, seeing the fun of fantasy football right now with these guys acting like idiot 2-year-olds?
It's the genesis of why JD and Jared stopped talking to each other.
Oh, is that?
It was over a kicker.
Oh, you guys were fighting over...
No, listen, he accused me of... the kicker was a whole other thing or something.
He accused you of what?
I picked up someone off a waiver wire, and he started accusing me of how I'm not doing work. I'm worried about fantasy football.
Right.
And then it got then I got pissed off because I don't like my work ethic questioned, and that's how that started.
Oh, that's how it started.
Yeah. But still, the JD Jared fight on the Stern Show started because of fantasy football.
Fantasy football, yeah. Well, it's a fascinating topic, isn't it? It really is. What?
There's one other thing that Jason just brought up. When we do, the draft is the most fun day of the year. There's a lot of hope, and everybody brings.
By the way, you're all fired if you show up at that draft.
Everybody brings their best ball breaking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there's one guy that does suck the life out of the room, and that's Scott Sale.
Scott's involved in the league?
He's funny because here's what he does. He gets up. His papers are all over the place. He's shuffling through papers, and he gets up and he slowly walks to the board and cracks a joke that nobody laughs at.
Right.
And then he picks a guy who broke his leg 2 days ago.
And his players always get injured or don't succeed like they should.
So he's shitty at that.
Right.
Well, he puts the black cloud curse on them.
Yeah, he drafted Matthew Stafford last year, who had come off an amazing season, and then last year, of course, just had a terrible season.
So you're saying when Scott drafts somebody they actually do poorly.
Correct.
They have a bad.
That's not true. That's not true.
You did draft Matthew Stafford last year,
well,
right?
He had a bad year, but the other guys I drafted had good years. I mean, listen, I've never come in last. I finished in the top 6 and made the playoffs every year.
Okay.
I think I missed one. I came in second one year. I'm doing pretty good. It's not like I mean, JD can't find his way out of a paper bag.
That's the great thing about it, Howard.
So in other words, you've beaten JD.
Yeah, but I don't do that much work for it, though. I come in with a bunch of papers and I just start picking. That's why I pick injured players, because I got to work here.
Right. I don't waste.
That's the worst thing ever. Not true.
Why don't you ask Scott how much work he puts into his fantasy baseball league? You think he was a real commissioner of the MLB?
Well, it's all rather depressing to me. I mean, guys, stop wasting your time with this shit and get back to work. The book is called, all right? Now, why do all you guys think that Matthew Berry's wife is too hot for him?
So she's a 10.
She's really pretty.
She's a 10?
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Matthew, how'd you get this stunning-looking woman?
I met her.
You met her?
I met her.
She was impressed with your fantasy football?
No, she doesn't. No, she was not. She was not impressed. You should ask
Your wife
her.
is here with you?
Yeah, she is.
Let me take a look at her to see if she's too hot for you. I'll pass judgment.
She is, by the way.
If she's too hot, is there a punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to divorce. Will you be willing to put her up for the league? So you guys... Oh, whoa. Holy mackerel. That's your wife?
This is my wife.
Oh,
this is my wife.
She is too hot. You're way too hot for him. What? Don't you think you're too hot for him?
No.
You don't?
There you go, honey. Thank you.
Do you like the fantasy football thing?
No.
You do not. It bothers you as a wife, and you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. It takes up a lot of time. He's obsessed.
But it's paying the bills.
It's paying the bills.
Yeah,
and he's
come
happier.
on.
And he's happier.
I'm
so
very
much
happier.
And the season is 18 weeks, so mentally I'm prepared that once football season starts, there's an end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Let me ask you a question, and everybody wants to know this. Is probably on everyone's mind right now. Would you rather be with Jerry O'Connell For a husband, or Matthew as your husband?
I don't know who Jerry is.
You don't know who Jerry is? Oh my goodness, that's an insult. Trust me, you'd rather be with Jerry.
You know, but we did she played fantasy last year. We did a league with our kids and like their friends and their parents and everything like that.
You love it. It's your life.
I love it. You would love it, Howard.
The book
if you
is
can't
called.
beat him, join him.
Right.
So I did try it.
How'd you do? Did you win?
I was in the middle. I'm competitive, so I started getting like upset. You
started watching the players and studying and all of that.
I wanted to win.
It's only got to be good for the NFL. It gets more people interested in football.
The people that play fantasy watch more NFL games, buy more jerseys, more tickets like that. I mean, it's a $1 billion industry.
Oh, they're
Howard.
just really stupid, is what you're saying.
Howard, here's the weird part. The players, a lot of NFL players play, and then they tweet about other players who had a shitty day.
Oh wow!
Like another running back will say, "Hey man, you fucked up my league this week."
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Just to give you an idea, Howard, 13% of all Americans played fantasy sports last year. To give you a comparison, 8% of all Americans played golf.
Yes. Now, how much is the most expensive league you're in?
The most expensive league I'm in, I got invited this year to a $10,000 team league. I've heard of a Wall Street league where it's $100,000 to get in.
A buy-in.
A buy-in of $100,000.
So the winner could win $1 million.
Correct.
Oh my God! How much can you win in the $10,000 league?
Well, there's 12 teams, so 120.
120.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, yeah. So, but
that one you must be taking very seriously.
Yes, but the truth
But do you play different players in different leagues? You have to, because sometimes other people get your favorite player.
And the truth is, Howard, I don't play for money. Like ESPN pays my salary. I'm thrilled with that. Like I play because it's fun. Like I'm like as we're talking with the Stern Show.
If there was no money involved, would you still play?
Absolutely.
You would.
Absolutely, because it's about the pride and the trash talk, and it's about getting guys tattoos. Like there's a story in the book about there's a league in the Bronx where they make the loser dress up as a lion,
right?
And they all chase him with paintball guns.
Oh, jeez.
Right. I mean, so it's leagues like that.
Are there any penalties in any of the leagues that you're in presently?
No. But I'm trying to get the guys in here to do one because I think that would be funny.
Yeah.
And do it on the air or whatever. Like JD's the only one that doesn't want to do it
because he comes in last.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
But we should outvote him. We should outvote him 9-1.
Well, I got to tell you, I had no idea any of this was going on. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
When Gary suggested you come in here and explain it to me, I said, and he started to tell me what was going on, I got very upset. I didn't like it.
Well, they don't do it during the show, Howard. And I would love it. It would be my dream if you would try this. If you and Beth played together, I know Beth.
I'm not playing, and it drives me crazy that a lot of the guys who play fantasy football around here were not the same guys who stayed home during the hurricane. So there you go. All right, listen. Matthew Berry's book is Fantasy Life. It's in stores now. You can get it if you want to read about. It sounds like a fascinating book.
It's a bestseller. It made the bestseller list.
Personally,
Howard.
I'd rather see a picture of your
good
wife
for
in a
you.
bikini, but that's my. You wear bikinis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever photograph yourself and put it up on Twitter?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
No.
Well, I'll follow
On
you. What is your
Facebook.
on
Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
I'll friend you. What is your handle?
Beth Berry.
Beth Berry? All right, I'll friend you immediately. For more info, including tour dates, go to fantasylifethebook.com. What do you mean tour dates?
Well, I'm doing book signings, and then I do some fantasy football, advice. People like who to draft and that kind of stuff. So.
Do a lot of fans turn? Do you have a lot of fans that are into this thing?
Yeah,
they'll come out and
I do.
Have you ever, your wife now, have you ever sexted Anthony Weiner?
Twice.
Twice. All right. And play fantasy football for free at ESPN.com, right?
Yes.
That's your employer.
Yes, it is.
And follow Matthew on Twitter at Matthew Berry, TMR. What's TMR stand for?
Talented Mr. Roto. It's my little nickname. It's my goofy little nickname, Howard.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird nickname.
Is he sexting anybody?
Oh, yes. Yes, he's sexting several of the NFL players.
Right, and Jason Kaplan.
Matthew, a pleasure to meet you. And,
Howard, this is such a thrill. You have no idea what a big fan I am of you.
Thrilled to meet you. Thrilled for you in your fantasy football life. You got out of riding. You're doing what you love, so I'm happy for you. Happy for you, too. And we'll be back.
Was she married to him when he was a writer?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you married the fantasy football Matthew.
I married the fantasy football Matthew. We met in Connecticut. He had already moved up from L.A. to Connecticut.
And when you heard that he played fantasy football, did you say, I'm heading for the hills? I'm getting out of this right away?
To be honest with you, I didn't even know what it was. And I thought he did a lot of digital work at ESPN. I think it was our third date I realized that.
Yeah, usually.
Website
Usually, girl goes, well, I play fantasy football for a living, and they go, oh, this guy, I got to get back.
But you know what? But Howard, that used to be the perception, but it's not true anymore. Jay-Z plays fantasy football. Ashton Kutcher plays fantasy football.
So a girl might not understand.
Right, I understand. But there's
Isn't it great you have an unconventional living that you make?
I'm unbelievably blessed. It's amazing. I was 35 and depressed. I had these websites. I was making a good living in Hollywood. I was in therapy, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to chase happiness. I don't care about money. I gave up show business and just...
That's a very good lesson in life. Chase happiness.
I just chased happiness, and everything else ended up following. I just said, I've got these little websites. It's the only things I care about, and I'm going to just try to make a living at this. I don't know if I can, but this is the only thing that makes me happy.
Hey, good for you. Good advice. All right, listen, get the book, Matthew Berry's book, Fantasy Life, in stores now. We'll be back right after these words. Thanks, Matthew.
So, Matthew, you appeared to have piqued Howard's interest in fantasy sports, or at least in fantasy football.
Yeah.
So mission accomplished.
I think so. Look, I think there are a lot of people that thought Howard Stern would never utter the words fantasy football. So the fact that we did a whole segment on fantasy and that he was sort of interested, I think, that was great.
Will Murray, venting some of his frustration with you. Did you have any idea that this was coming down the pike?
Well, I knew Will was going to get angry at me because, that's what Will does. Will gets angry. Yes, he's wrong, you know what I mean? All I did was basically say, hey, can you explain this rule to me? And he got all bent out of shape.
You questioned his leadership, but in a valid way from your perspective.
From my perspective, I didn't understand the rule. And then there were other people in the league who were like, I don't understand the rule either. I don't understand the rule either. No one understood the rule except for Will. So, I don't know. We eventually changed the rule, and everything's happy now, so.
That sort of speaks to the fact that you were right.
I think so. I think it does. We changed the rule, and now everyone understands it, so.
This rule aside, what are some of your criticisms of Will Murray as commissioner, being a guy who's been in so many leagues and understands the world?
That's my only criticism, because I think Will did a real good job, as commissioner. So, I think he was, he was organized and did a good job, was fair, just got a little crazy.
And as long as I have you here right now, what's your feelings on Ray Rice? Because I want to pick your brain.
I like Ray Rice this year. I have him as a top 5 guy. I think the concerns of Bernard Pierce are overstated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you look at his usage once Jim Caldwell took over calling the plays. It's fine. In addition to that, losing Dennis Pitta, they're going to have to do something more in terms of sort of the middle of the field. And, Rice is such a good pass catcher. I think Rice top 5 back, no question.
So you don't think losing Bolden in the passing attack, the Super Bowl, hangover, none of that?
No.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
All right. Good luck with your new book, Matt.
Thank you, man.
Yes. You finally got a chance to out Matthew Berry as the know-it-all that you found him to be over the past couple of seasons. Mm-hmm. Conversely, do you see anything valuable about his advice and his columns, or is this guy all smoke and mirrors?
No, I mean, listen, he's a good writer. There's no doubt that he's a good writer, and I think that's what separated him from other fantasy experts. But at the end of the day, what makes him a fantasy expert more than you and I? We watch the games. We know that, there's a certain criteria, recipe to this. Somebody has a good offensive line, and they're going to have a good running back usually, and there's no kind of consequences to what he says. He can give any advice. I think last year he said Michael Vick should be the number 1 pick in every draft. Michael Vick was awful last year, right?
Right.
So, like, okay, who cares about that? He can just say whatever he wants. There's not, I can give advice to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's shitty or not. I mean, it's based on an event that hasn't happened yet. But to go out there and say that, oh, I have all the answers, and then there's no kind of, like I said, consequence to being wrong. It's just like he comes back on ESPN the next week. It's fine. But again, that's aside the point. I just felt like he came in the league. He was a bit of a bully. He was upset about some of the way the waiver worked, so he wanted to blow the entire thing up and start again. And I just didn't have time for that. I'm busy with work. I got kids at home, the whole thing. So someone else can deal with it. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Who is that someone else going to be?
Jason.
So Jason's going to take
Hippo
over.
boy over there.
Tell anyone for a long time.
The talented Mr. Hippo?
The talented Mr. Hippo. The untalented Hippo.
First of all, I don't want to brag, but I did play. I was on the my high school freshman football team. So of all the guys in the league, it's a good possibility I might have the most actual hands-on football experience.
Wow, I did not. I mean,
I don't know what JD's high school football experience was.
I think getting beat up by the football team.
Not sure what Will's was. I don't think he played fan. I think he was too busy dying of cancer in a hospital somewhere.
He has male cheerleader written all over.
Yeah, totally. Steve,
perfect build for it.
You played in high school?
Freshman football, starting wide receiver.
All right. Well, there you go. So Steve gets it. Steve knows. He's been through Hell Week. He understands. Yeah,
When discussing this controversial league over the last few years, there's been, lots of fights.
You want to see me get in a 3-point stance? I'll get in a 3-point stance.
Yes,
all
I
right. This is what everybody wants.
Get out of a 3-point stance.
Well, I didn't say that. We're going to cut, and it's going to be a dissolve of me going sit on thing. Let's try to get something. Feet a push, shoulder length apart, knees. Right? Yeah, so watch me back off. I'll break out the ball.
Ready? On one. Down two.
Okay. Oh yeah, what was I gonna say about that? You didn't catch when I touched the ground over there.
Oh, my bad.
I was doing the sprints. Anyway,
I was trying to get the reaction.
Anyway, yes. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Trying to call your reactions.
So this league has been the source of lots of stress and great stories over the years. Do you think having Matthew here, introducing him to Howard, sort of getting it all out on the table will be almost cathartic for this league, will help you move forward?
No, it'll make it worse because now everybody knows what we've been arguing about behind closed doors. I think it's going to make everyone more hyper aware of what we're doing. But that's, to me, I mean, as a ball buster, that's what fantasy football is for me. I love draft day, love busting balls. I love busting balls. I'm sorry, I'm still out of breath from that one.
If you want to take a knee for the rest of this interview, that's totally
It was 1997, the last time I played football. Take a knee. I love, to me, I mean, obviously winning is great, and the season sucks halfway through if your team sucks and you're not going anywhere. But it's the back and forth, it's the bullshitting, and that's why the work league is the most fun because most of us are here in the office together. So like we could come and I could be yelling down the hall like, "Yo, JD, your team sucked." This, it's just fun. It's fun stuff.
Robin, as you know, and as the world knows, It's no secret that your birthday is August 8th.
Oh, why are you telling people?
Well, because
Don't you like me?
we won't be on the air August 8th, and I thought today I would pay tribute to your birthday, so that lest anyone think we were ignoring it.
Please, let's ignore it.
Yeah, are you depressed about it?
I don't think about it until, like, you make a big deal out of it, and then I have to say, what age am I?
First of all, there is the screen that says, Happy Birthday, Robin.
With
Can I make a point?
Yeah.
Robin, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but you thought about it a lot the year that he didn't celebrate it enough.
No.
Oh, here we go.
We've talked about this privately, and it wasn't that at all.
She didn't like the way I celebrated her birthday. Not that I didn't celebrate it enough. I know what she's talking about. Gary gone. That's because Gary's getting into his outfit for your birthday.
What is he doing?
Well, we put together tribute. The first exciting thing is Gary's going to play trumpet, but in a sombrero. The amazing thing about Gary, there he is. He's got a Mexican sombrero. Gary doesn't look like a white guy. We even went out on the street and we asked people. We showed a picture of Gary and we said, "What ethnicity do you think this guy is?" Nobody. I think one guy thought he was white. All right, Robin, let's get on with it. It's time to celebrate your birthday. We have a couple of tributes and things and people to talk to from your past.
Oh.
And it's time to celebrate. Gary will kick it off with, this is a new version of Robin's theme with Gary playing trumpet live. Here we go.
Did he practice?
I want to get the mix right. Gary is in sombrero and poncho for Robin's birthday. You've only gotten worse at that. You were better the first day.
I was going to say, now his playing is just making noise.
Yeah.
I practiced the other day. The trumpet player from Train was up here.
Yeah.
So he showed me the notes.
Yeah.
After about 5 or 6 times blowing.
Here, let me start it again and try and do your best.
But I run out of, I don't know if I can get any sound anymore.
Try, right? 1, 2, 3, I'm here to bed. Oh, awful. All right. Annoying.
It would help if you waited till the music started.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going to help.
With those lips, you should be the greatest trumpet player ever.
You would think.
Yeah. You would. No notes, huh? For Robin's birthday.
Oh, there they go.
His giant lips are exhausted. All right. Very nice. How about Garnado instead of Sharknado? Garynado, where Gary has his trumpet and he lands on you and plays that at your house. All right, Robin, here is a couple of birthday messages put together for you on your sort of birthday. Here we go. David Spade.
Robin, it's David Spade. You can't tell by this nasally voice. And happy birthday. I'm glad you look really pretty and you're doing good. And my birthday's this month, so I'm going to switch it about me. And you're always funny in the show, and you always are adding something great, and you pay attention.
There you go.
That's good.
Robin, David Spade, the star of the hit movie Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2.
Yeah.
There you go. Right now, we have a special gift. This is a visitor from south of the border. This is Master.
I missed him.
I know. This is Master Shaman 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗿𝗍. How do you say it? Coloputo? Coloputo.
I never did get his name.
He's from Peru. He was there when you went through your ayahuasca experience, Robin. This is where you took hallucinatory drugs. He does not speak.
It's a tea.
It's a tea, yes, but it's a drug. He doesn't speak English, but he understands it. So we're going to use Elaine to translate his response, who speaks fluent Spanish, right?
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Jose, what do you remember from meeting Robin and giving her ayahuasca.
Yo me recuerdo que ella quería una visión profunda.
I remember that she wanted a profound vision.
Ella quería ser una persona mejor.
She wanted to be a better person.
Y quería el sacramento de ayahuasca.
And she wanted the sacrament of the ayahuasca.
All right, now how much did this cost?
$1,200.
$1,200.
$1,200.
Really?
Yeah.
Pero ella quería como descuento.
And so
But she wanted a discount?
Oh, I see.
I better have gotten one.
All right, so she drank the ayahuasca, am I correct? Sí, yes.
Sí.
Okay. And then what happened?
Le dimos un cubito de plástico.
We gave her a plastic bucket.
Eso fue para que ella vomitaba.
It was so that she would vomit.
Cuando ella vomitaba, eso la ayuda a sacar todas esas cosas malas de adentro.
When she would vomit, it was to get everything out inside of her that was bad.
I can't believe Robin did this. It's unbelievable that she paid $1,200 for this. But go ahead, then what happened?
I don't remember it being that much.
Go ahead.
Ella hizo eso y para una visión, para que le dijimos que ella haga esto para que se le salga todo eso, esas cosas malas.
We told her to do this so that she could get everything out and have a profound vision.
I see. So she puked it out.
Sí, le dijimos que ella vomite todo.
Total.
Sí, que no,
puke it all out.
Puke it all
que
out.
no lo deje adentro.
Don't leave anything inside.
Right.
Porque si ella se quería curar, ella tenía que dejarlo todo salir.
Because if she really wanted to be healed, she'd have to get it all out.
Oh, good for you. Now, and then the hallucinations start. What was the first thing you noticed when she started to hallucinate?
Ella estaba diciendo cosas extrañas.
She was saying very strange things.
Oh.
Ella dijo una ham hand.
Oh,
Manos de jamón.
Ham hands?
Manos de jamón. Manos de jamón. Manos de jamón.
Ham hands.
Manos de jamón.
I see. And she was hallucinating.
Sí, vio espíritus.
She saw spirits.
Y oyó cosas.
And she heard things.
What type of spirits did she see?
Ella vio una cara de un hombre.
She saw the face of a man.
Pero con un espíritu de un hombre, pero la cara de un animal.
The spirit of a man, but the face of an animal.
Sí.
Oh, a spirit of a man and the face of an animal.
¿Cuál animal era?
Lo llamó Booey.
Baba Booey.
Sí, no entendía.
Over and over again.
Sí.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand that she just kept saying Baba Booey over and over again.
He wouldn't know that. That's a reference on our show. I don't know if you realize that. Baba Booey refers to our show.
Sí, fue extraño.
Face of an animal, but a human.
Sí.
I see.
He said it was very strange.
All right. And then what happened? After she saw this hallucination of an animal with a face, Baba Booey.
So le dijimos que ella vomite.
So he told her to keep vomiting.
I vomited again?
She vomited again.
Keep vomiting.
Right.
Keep vomiting.
Yeah. And when she vomits, what do you do?
Yo lo estaba aguantando a ella para que no se caiga.
He was holding her from behind so she wouldn't fall.
Pero ella ponía me pusía las manos para que aguantaba sus senos.
She would put my hands over her breast to hold her.
To hold her. So you held her from behind while holding up her breast.
Pero fue muy grande para mí. Yo soy pequeño.
Breasts were too big for him because he's
getting
small.
a little bit redundant.
You're not very tall. No.
Cinco pies.
So
he's 5 feet tall.
Right. So you handled her breast, but your hands are so small you couldn't even hold them up.
Si no la podía aguantar.
He couldn't hold her up.
Wow. So you held on to them, I see. And were her breasts unusual?
No, fueron grandes, pero yo es más para aguantarla, para que no se caigaba.
He said that they were very big, but for him it was good because she was sturdy. He could hold her up by her breasts.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So she threw up, and she had a hard time. And then what happened when she stopped throwing up? Was there anything to report there?
No, ella vomitaba y cuando ella se